This is Win News.
Tonight, safety officers inspect hazardous material at the old Mackay police station. Gender balanced workforce improves social development. And historic building reopened after Cyclone Louis. Good evening, I'm Samantha Heathwood. Concerns have been raised over flaking lead-based paint in the old Mackay police station. A police union workplace health and safety officer and an independent assessor conducted testing today. A solution to a social development issue could come in the form of a gender-balanced workforce. Academics and business leaders believe the imbalance in the male-to-female ratio is cause for concern. Isaac Regional Council says there will be enough land in Moranbah to cope with the mining boom despite the current house shortage. Mayor Cedric Marshall says council has 100 hectares of land available for development. BMA is still working on expansions for its residential accommodation, and the state government has announced an urban development area. One of the region's most historic buildings has been reopened after being damaged by Cyclone Louis. The owners of the Youngala Chalet say it's been an emotional roller coaster, but hope business in the small township will finally get back on track. A decision on the future of the Serena RSL is expected to be made tomorrow. Members will hold a meeting where they'll vote on whether they want the Queensland RSL to take over full ownership of the facility. The Queensland branch currently owns 51% of the venue. The decision comes after the Serena club hit financial strife in early June. Despite promises from both major parties, a carbon tax could be back on the table once Parliament resumes. The Greens are pushing for a trading scheme, but miners say if the government goes back on its word, the resources industry will be crippled. The region's sugar mill representatives are still biding their time with the unseasonal wet preventing a return to harvesting. While the flooding from Monday's unexpected downpour has receded, continual rain has kept cane farms saturated. Mill operators are keeping their workforce busy with maintenance and truck repairs and don't expect to begin operations until early next week. Showers are predicted for the next 2 days. Up next, the new television series to be filmed on our doorstep. Then medical staff recognised for their long service. Welcome back, you're watching Win News. 200 million viewers across the world will learn the secrets of the Great Barrier Reef when a BBC series airs on television. James Cook University has become home to a replica reef habitat for the filming. Now to Fuel Watch, the cheapest place to fill up around town today was at the United on Sydney Street. Unleaded could be found for $1.22.7. The best price for diesel was $1.29.5. Dedicated staff at the Mackay Mater Hospital have been rewarded for their efforts. Long service awards have been presented in a range of areas, including nursing, catering, administration and housekeeping. Sports next, and Dan, Willie Tonga pushes for a Four Nations jersey.
Yes, Sam is hoping to stake his claim in Port Moresby. That's next. And the state's best prime for the Queensland BMX champs. Welcome back, you're watching Win Sport. The state's best are gathering at Mackay Pioneer Track for this weekend's Queensland BMX Championships. Almost 1,000 riders will line up on a rain-affected track, which could cause some unexpected problems. Cowboys centre Willie Tonga has declared himself ready to win back his Australian jersey with a strong performance against Papua New Guinea. The Port Moresby clash will be Tonga's last opportunity to stake a claim for a Four Nations position. Racing now, and here's Ben Faulkner with all the winners.
Good evening. We had a fantastic day here on Saturday for Ladies' Day. See you all at Aurelie Racecourse on Tuesday the 28th of September for our next race meeting. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Ben, and Sam, that is the night in sport.
Thanks, Dan. Stay with us. Peter Byrne has the weather next, and then all the winners from the Bowen Fishing Classic.
Good evening, Weather Watchers, and once again welcome to your local weekend briefing. And here's to a prosperous weekend for us all. Graham Adams took this photograph tonight, sunset over Noosa River. This was taken at Noosaville when Graham was with his wife and Auntie Pat, apparently, and they took time to relax and breathe in the cool, salty air. Good one, Graham, and thank you, and cheers to all. I doubt whether there's any sunsets like that operating through Queensland as I speak. Well, the sun's gone, isn't it? OK, checking rainfall for the 24 hours to 9 o'clock this morning. Funnel Creek out there to the southwest of Mackay was the best, 17. Clark Range, 13. Ridgelands, 12. There's quite a few ridgelands in Queensland, I can tell you. Youngler, 11. Brayside, 10. Old Racecourse. I think that's southeast of Youngler as well. 8 millimetres, that's not Old Racecourse Mill, of course, and Serena, 5 millimetres. Temperatures through the region today, obviously the maximum tempered by extensive cloud cover, a maximum of only 26 for Clermont, Eton 25, Mackay 25. Now rainfall for the 6 hours to 3 p.m, generally 3 millimetres or less in most parts of the Pioneer Valley and the Clark Range in the Youngler area. Okay. Currently, look at this, humid, 22 degrees in Mackay, and the air is almost saturated, and the south-southeasterly 20 kilometres an hour. Absolutely unreal, isn't it, for September? Where's all the cloud? We've got abundant, extensive cloud through most of the northeast of the continent, and that's triggered by a series of upper atmospheric troughs, and guess what? They're just going to keep on coming and coming and coming for at least another week, with the signs of good rain ahead, particularly next week. Queensland at 3 o'clock this afternoon. You watch there's records tumbling everywhere in Queensland for September rainfall, a wonderful story. But somewhere underneath that dog's breakfast is thunderstorms developing, particularly through the Carnarvon Ranges area. Onto the chart we go. The unstable onshore flow will continue, the high will peter out. Showers and storms will develop in the interior during the afternoon, east of that surface trough, helped along by upper atmospheric troughs. Rain areas will develop, shifting or drifting towards the local area in the morning. Showers on the coast and 1 or 2 thunderstorms inland. And basically that sums up the local forecast. Cloudy, early rain and local thunder in the far south particularly. Isolated showers in the afternoon, and for Sunday similar. Early rain, then isolated showers and storms. A similar picture for the Central Highlands. Unsettled, cloudy. Rain areas, showers and storms. Moranbah 18 to 26. Similar for Sunday. Next we checked the maritime observations at 3 o'clock, and they included Hamilton Island, south-southeast at 19 knots. Now coastal waters, Bowen to St Lawrence, not too bad. Southeast to east 10 to 15, and for Sunday the same, southeast to east 10 to 15. There's all the information on the tides, followed by sun-up and sundown for Saturday, and finally the summary. Unsettled basically, and similar for several days. Enjoy your weekend. Now it's back to Sam.
Thanks, Pete. Well, this year's Bowen Fishing Family Classic has been hailed as the best ever. A 25-kilo cod winning Sarah Griggs the Top Angler Award. Now to our weekly fishing report, and here's Clinton Hassan with Where They're Biting.
Good evening, folks. Well, looks like an overcast weekend coming up. Until next Friday, have a safe weekend, and just remember, every day is a great day for fishing.
Thanks, Clinton. Good to see the women on top.
That was
Griggs,
a big fish.
Huge. I don't know how she reeled it in. That wraps up the working week. Have a great weekend and join us on Monday night for the best hour of news from 6 p.m. From all the team, good night.
Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win Television, Australia's largest commercial television network.